Hello, everybody. Welcome to ALPOUGH. ALPOUGH number 100. Yes. Yes. 100. Started on April the 1st. Cannot forget my first show. I can't all remember any in between, but I do remember the first show. And it went terrible. Hopefully this one will be my best show because I've been working on getting better every time. And one of the first things was what my milestone was to get to 100, just so I could get to 100. Now I've done other shows where I've done 100 shows, but I've not done 100 shows in two shows a day to get out the information that I want to share with you. And tonight is no different. I started off, only had a few subscribers. Now I'm up to 192. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I'm trying to get to 200 by tomorrow. It'd be really great. I just did a video yesterday called electromeds.com. Drop the bomb. Time to drop the bomb. It's going up the charts. It has over 1,000 views. It's really cool, which many of my videos do. Some have 5 views, 8 views, 1,000 views. It just depends. You never know. I guess people pick subjects and what they want to watch. And so this video coming here is what I would consider my most important video that I've ever done. And this is why I've been announcing this for a long time and preparing for this for a long time. Basically about water. And we know water is life. I have been studying water for, all my life, but over the last 12 or 13 years, really, I've just been blown away by the water. And one of the things that really shocked me was when I moved to Arizona, which I love Arizona. I'll shout out to my AZ friends. But one thing we all have in common, we all know the water's not that good here. I mean, it's not good at all. And so one of the things for me, I'm about finding out about the water, and I'll be talking about TDS, totally dissolved solvents here. But I want to tell you the story on how I got here. All right. So basically 12 years ago, I met a guy. His nickname is Crash. I can't think of his legal name, but he has the Float Lab. It's called the Float Lab in Venice, California. And it's right on the water. And he's been there for years. Now, if you've ever watched the movie Altered States with William Hurt, it was on for a long time, 80s movie. I'm sure he did this this guy came out of the 80s. Trust me, this guy did. Very, very smart guy. So now I did the electro-interstitial scan, which I can scan your body and give you like 130 parameters going on in your body, hormones, how your heart is, stomach, where your stress points is, whether or not there's radiation on your body. So somehow we were referred to by someone, and he gave me his number, said, you need to go talk to this guy. So, because he did the Float Lab. Now, the Float Lab is a tank. If you don't know what it is, I should have had a picture up, but this isn't about the float tank. It's about water. The float tank is big. All right. It's a huge tank that holds water. Now, it actually holds about 800 gallons of water. Okay. It's a tank. All right. And then it has literally all this special salt, this salt. So it's not quite like ocean water, but it's a special salt. So what it does is it allows you to float, basically. So you get in the tank, you close the door, and you lay back in the water, and you open your arms up, and you get yourself in a comfortable position, and you basically float. And what it does is it puts you in a state of weightlessness. And it's a fascinating experience. It really was. It works. I was with a doctor, also a friend of mine. We both went to go do it together, and it was an amazing experience. All right. Now, before I was calling it, I called him because I live way south of down there in San Diego almost, and told him I'm on my way. I'll be there. Blah 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 blah. And he said, "Oh, bring your water that you drink." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Well, because I'm going to destroy it." And I'm like, "Dude, I have a Berkey that has 4 filters on it, and it takes everything out." He said, "Oh, for sure, bring your water." I brought, I have these. Well, you can't see them because you'll see it in a minute. But they're my glass containers that I carry my water in. Now I'm a gallon water person. So a gallon a day. So I make sure I bring a lot of water wherever I go. When I'm going about, I want to make sure when we travel, we always have our own water. So what he did when I got there, he goes, "Hey, you got your water?" I go, "Yeah, man. My water's clean." He goes, "Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine." He said, "Now, before I tell you this," he goes, "before we do this, you're going to be shocked." And I'm like, "Okay." So I'm telling you, before I do this, you're going to be shocked. Okay. And if you don't want to know the truth, then okay, this might not be the show for you. All right. Just letting you know. All right. But if you really want to know the truth about water, then I'm going to show it to you. All right. So he had this little thing here. It's called a precipitator. We'll get back to that. What he did was a comparison between his water and my water. And it was shocking to say the least. I'm going to show you this demonstration. And, this is the one thing I've been wanting to show people. I've done the first 99 shows to perhaps get you to trust me so that I can show you things that maybe you haven't heard of. All right. So, no, the first thing is, what is, like a totally dissolved. Okay. I'm going ahead of myself. All right. So let me give you an example. Did you know that lye is put in your tap water to raise the pH? That's sodium hydroxide. If you don't know what lye is, you can die on lye. It's a good cleaner and everything like that. All right. Now, the water plants that actually clean your water. So when you pour your water down the drain, all right. Now I've seen these tests here where they take this big bag and they put it into the sewer, and then they go all the way. They got it marked, and they know how long it takes for the water from a certain point to get to the water plant. All right. And I think in California was in Long Beach. So I don't even know where it is in Arizona. So now when it goes there, all right, now many chemicals are taken out. There's chemicals, you see the water, it's dirty, filthy, and there's chemicals that are actually taken out, and the chemicals that clean it. All right. So now it depends on your city and state on what the water treatment plant takes out, the chemicals of the actual water, the sewer water that comes to them. Okay. All right. So now federal regulations mandates from the CDC on what chemicals have to be taken out. All right. So, and then after that, that's it. Okay. Whatever those standard chemicals are, they're supposed to take out. All right. So now what's in that water? Well, standard tap water is around 140 totally dissolved solvents. What's a TDS? This is a TDS meter. You can't see it blue because I'm going to turn this blue screen off here in a minute. And it measures the totally dissolved solvents. Okay. For example, baking soda. All right. Now here's a beaker. Here is baking soda. Okay. Now we're going to put basically a teaspoon in the beaker. All right. Now we're going to pour some water in. Now you see it's a little, you can see the baking soda, and now you see it disappears. Okay? So what does that tell you? Well, that tells you that baking soda is a dissolved solvent. Okay? What's a dissolved solvent? A dissolved something that is something that dissolves in water. Okay? So now you couldn't tell whether or not there was baking soda in there until you drank it. Right? If I just, hey, you want some water? You wouldn't even know there was baking soda in there until you drank it. Right? I got my Men in Black suit on. I'm giving you some information, but I want you to remember this. Okay, so now many chemicals are taken out. Once it goes through the water treatment process, many chemicals are taken out. But many more are left in the water through spinning. Just like what I just did, spinning on their big, huge drums. Okay? Similar to the opposite effect of what a wash machine spins. It's spinning to get the water out. Well, it's similar to that, only that it's keeping it in until it turns clear. So there are dissolved solvents in your water. Now, you don't know this because you can't see it, but I'm going to show it to you. So now many chemicals are taken out, but now let's talk about what's not. Number one, heavy metals. There's a lot of heavy metals, which I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. Heavy metals don't get taken out. Zinc, they don't get the lead out. You heard, get the lead out, man. No, there's lead in the wall. Doesn't come out. Copper. All right. This is one you may not have heard of, but you got to get it. Antibiotics. Everybody is on antibiotics, and they are urinating the antibiotics into their urine, and it's going back into the water supply. They have no answer for this. Because there's so many antibiotics. Prescription drugs. Think about it. Prescription drugs. How many people are on drugs? A lot of people are on prescription drugs. Okay. Manganese, cadmium, bacteria, viruses. They don't get them out. Carcinogens, phosphorus. It's almost funny in its own way, but it's really pretty sad here. Detergents, some of your water detergents, pesticides, the runoffs from the pesticides from the farms, they don't take it out. They spin it. Mercury, arsenic. Here's a big one from Arizona, is chlorine. Okay. You can literally smell the chlorine when you turn the water on. And probably the hardest thing to ever get out is fluoride. Fluoride is the hardest compound or mineral, whatever, that you can get out of water. It is the hardest to get out of water, and there's only one way to get out. Silicone compounds and inorganic minerals. What are inorganic minerals? Inorganic minerals are the minerals that you don't want. You want organic minerals. You don't want inorganic minerals. Okay. So now is the time that I'm going to show you this demonstration. I need to make an adjustment here. Just 1 second. First, back. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay. Here we go. All right. So in this one, we have tap water. The tap water that comes out of the faucet. Okay. This is the tap water. Now in this one, we have distilled water. This is a TDS meter. That's why I had to turn the light off, because it was a blue screen. You couldn't see it. All right. Now, I am going to, let me bring this up a little closer. I'm going to do a test of how many total dissolved solvents in each one of these. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn it on. All right. Take some water out. I'm going to put this in. Let me see here. One more time. Take this. Do that. All right. So this has 30 TDS in there. That's not the best filtered water distilled, but we'll just go with that. All right. So that's 30 TDS. And now the tap water. Hold on here. Tap water is, can you see it? Here. 811. 811 totally dissolved solvents in Arizona tap water. That's pretty serious, guys. That's the highest I've ever seen it. I've seen it 770. This is a mind blow. Okay, so now here is the precipitator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in, two in each. Okay, you see this? 2 in each. Get the cord out of the way. And now I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to turn this on. It's going to put a small current into each one of these beakers. And when it does that, what it's going to do is it's going to cause a chemical response into the water. And then I'm going to be measuring the temperature. So now the temperature, can you see it? It says 80. It's 85 degrees. You probably can't see it. One more time. 85 degrees. That's room temperature because, boy, it's hot in here. And 83. So 80, 83 here. We'll just call it 83. All right. So room temperature. All right. So now what we're going to do is what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be seeing how the water begins to change. And on top of that, I will be taking the temperature from each beaker. All right. So now we're going to turn it on. You can kind of see it bubble. I'm going to go ahead and just move this here and see if I can get a little bit better for you. Is that good or what? There you go. Okay. You see the one on the right, which is the tap water. It's starting to have a chemical reaction. The temperature has gone up to 94. On the organic, it is on the distilled, it's still room temperature. Can you see that? I'm going to move this around so you can see in it. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen, is the dissolved solvents are now becoming undissolved. You can kind of see it starting to smoke. This is the metal. It's gone up to 107 degrees. That's the wrong one. See, 108 degrees. You can't see that. 94, 122, 128. Meanwhile, 83 degrees, room temperature for the distilled water. As you can see, a cloud is forming on top. There is a little bit of a color tint in the distilled water because somehow it wasn't a good batch on the distiller. So I think that you'll see a little bit of the color. But now, what's the difference? You can see this now really starting to heat up. Hold on here. Starting to smoke. $128, $116, $126, $137, $145, $151. I'm pointing it right. I was trying to get the sweet spot there. $126. You can see it boiling. $131, $155, $162. There it is. $168. Can you see that? $175. So I got to put it at the right area when I'm in there. $150. Wow. You see the difference? You see how the actual clean water, which it had 30 totally dissolved solvents. So, but it has been cleaned in the distiller. But because this is so bad, 800, 150. I got to make sure it's 180. See that? 180. I'm going to have to turn this off in just a second. I don't want to break the beaker. So let's turn it off. Let's put this back up. Sorry about the movement, but okay. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get it right. Oh, gosh. Just a second. My microphone is gonna. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. There. Over there. All right. See if I can get that down right there. All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to pull this out. That's the distilled water. Now, again, that's some of the worst distilled water I've had because our distiller is having some issues. So it didn't clean kind of properly, but usually it's 0. I actually had measured one that was 0. I thought this was that one. Now, can I touch this? Yeah. All right, let me come back to my normal place here. Let me get back to where I was. And there we go. And there we go. This is what you're really drinking. If you smell this, it smells like what? Sewer water. That's exactly what it smells like. To your health. Heck no. This is it. Now, I know this is some of the worst water. You understand? Because I live in Arizona. And it was 881. Was it something like that? 881? Totally dissolved solvents. Sometimes when you turn the water on, you smell it. This is what I've been waiting for you to show you on my 100 show, ladies and gentlemen. This came out of the tap. This right here. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? What's in our water? What is all this? How do they do it? They spin it. They spin it with other water and spin it till it clears. Till it looks like this. And you never know. One of the things we have here is that we have every kind of water specialist out here because everybody wants to sell you a water system. Okay. And so I need, speaking of water, I need some. I'm not drinking that. Give me your comments. What do you think? I'll tell you what I think. I'm suggesting everybody to get a distiller. Get some type of distiller to clean the water. You have to get the water out. Oh, but Michael, they tell me that the distilled water is very low and it's acidic and it should be alkaline and everything. Okay, let's break that down. Distilled water, when you drink it, it's fresh water. When it goes through your system, each organ, they don't tell you, each organ has its own pH. The kidneys, the liver, the lungs, the brain. Because distilled water is a solvent, it means it can become anything, including and going back to sewer water. So if you want to, I see, first of all, I drink a gallon of distilled water every day. I want the freshest of fresh every day. Now, for those who say, well, it takes out organic minerals that your body needs. No, it takes out the what? The inorganic minerals. See, there's a difference. This is what I don't get it. There's two different kinds of minerals, organic and inorganic. The kind you need, the kind you don't need. It washes out the inorganic minerals in your body. The fresher the water, the cleaner the water, it goes right into your bloodstream. Right straight through the liver, right. It's like coming through, and the liver goes, oh, come on. But if it's this kind of water, it's like, whoa, we got to break you down like we break your food down. Distilled water, which I haven't talked, I'm going to have a talk on distilled water and all about acidity and all that. I have gone over, and, this is my 100th show, and I apologize if I shocked you, but what I really wanted to do is make you realize exactly what your water is. Now, listen, I've had, like I said, the other day, no, about a week ago, because I'm trying to install our distiller that we've been saving up forever, a big one that'll go with 12 gallons, because our water is so bad. It's not just my water. It's a fairly new house. 811 totally dissolved solvents. What is, how many is that? I couldn't even tell you what that all is. Well, it's a number of the things, 20 things that I told you about. I mean, really, this is mind blowing, guys. This is the truth. I had these two plumbers come in, right? And, they're trying to tell me a little bit about water here and where there. And of course, I'm getting, the hard water and and you got to get a softener and whatever to do, and the reverse osmosis and all this, that. And I go, well, let me show you a little bit about the water. I go, you guys live here in town? Yep, live here. I did this, and literally, they were mind blown. These guys were so mind blown that the guy looked at me. He goes, I've been a plumber for 20 years, and I am literally telling you, I have never seen or felt like this in my life. This is what my children are drinking. Now, down the road here now, you're going to say to me, oh, well, I get bottled water at the stove. Tell me which one of your waters is, which I'm going to be doing anyway. From time to time, I'm going to do a comparison between other water that's all over the counter, and I'm going to destroy it. So if you got water that you're like, oh my gosh, I had one guy, he loved the Crystal Geyser. Crystal Geyser. Oh, okay. Do you have any in the car? Brought it out. And he was so sold on it. And then about 2 weeks later, they said there was what was in the water? Arsenic measured in Crystal Geyser. Not my fault. Not my fault. So this is the 100th. Let's get to some comments here. Let's see, Amanda. There you go. Water is so important. That was deep, girl. Man, you need to go to. You should be going to Europe, man, and talking to everybody around the world. I like listening to heavy metal, but I don't like drinking them. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. My buddy Amanda Darling. Remember, didn't I, for your birthday or something, didn't I give you a distiller? Fluoride, honey. FLOU. But you still did good, honey. Florida, we got it. First, I thought, go to Florida. Yeah, 811, very nasty. Now you know when you came to visit me, I wouldn't let you drink the water. Okay. Yeah, thank me. Yeah, thanks. I got that. I hope I got it straight, Amanda. I've smelled it. It smells like human excrement. Tracy smelled it too. And I know, Amanda, you've been here. You smelled it. And all my friends I do this for, just for laughs. But I know that it's very, very serious. I have literally, this has been the funnest. This is actually the one I was the most nervous on, was this one, was doing it, to give you the information, because it is important. I don't want to, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to make you aware, not scare, aware. You see, what you drink, we can't be more. They say we can't be more than 3 days without water. Well, I've done 5.5 days without water. I've dry fasted 5.5 days. I could tell the difference as soon as you start drinking water. It's just magical. So it's just so important that you get a distiller. Get you a good distiller. You can buy a distiller for $75. My distiller is getting a little bit old because I still haven't hooked my nice brand new shiny one up, but it's coming. So usually it's not like this. It's usually crystal clear, but because there were 30 TDS in there, but compared 30 to 811, you get it? This is usually 0. Listen, when you go into the hospital and they say, start fluids, nurse, okay? They stick the thing in your arm and they have what kind of water? It's called a saline solution, but it comes from distilled water. Why do they start with distilled water? Because there's nothing in it. Because if you had, imagine they go, well, just give me some tap water. See, it's disguised. You don't want to put this in your bloodstream? Absolutely not. So see, now you know. See, things that need to be seen. Number 100. Been a damn good show. Been a damn good show. I hope I opened your eyes. I hope that you at least give me another chance to talk to you tomorrow at 2:30. I come on 2:30 and 6:30, Monday through Friday. And I usually do one on the weekend. I'm going to do another one on, I'm going to do another one. Here, what do we got here? You got another comment? Yeah. Oh, you wonder how bad California's water is. I'm going to tell you how bad it is. When I first moved to Los Angeles back in 1977, okay, I noticed, holy crap. I mean, I'm from Kansas City, and holy crap. I said, damn, I got to buy bottled water. And that's when I started actually drinking distilled water. And thank you for the comment. But then you found out it comes in plastic sweats, plastic melts. So I told the guy with the crystal geyser, dude, you know those things are coming in on trucks, steel trucks, in plastic bottles, sitting in 120 degrees, days at a time. Do you think any of that leaks into the water? It's possible. And that's the same way with distilled. Okay. If you keep it in plastic. So, gosh, this is the longest show I've ever done. I wasn't planning on going this long, but some things are much more important than others. And I want to thank you for being on my celebrating. I had 10 people in. I'm so happy. 10 people actually came in that if I helped you change your life and see it in a different course, do it. Listen, these little things, they don't cost more than $20 if you want to check your thing out. This is a little bit expensive because it's a digital one. It'll tell you the temperature when you do it. Okay. You can also, the TDS meter, you can get, oops, there it is. I can't show it. You saw it earlier, the TDS meter. You can get them for $10 on Amazon. And also, if you want a pH meter, all right, you can get that on Amazon. So you can get all three of these, all four of these, pretty much for under maybe $30. So if you want to do your testing, it's very important that you test. If you got kids, okay, you got your loved ones. And I'll end on this line. This line to my lovely wife when I decided that I wanted her to be my wife. I said, man who give woman good water, love her. I bought her own personal distiller. Because we drink good water here. ALPOUGH. That's me. 100 shows and more coming. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Please follow me on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, please follow me. I need some followers. I'm just now figuring out Twitch. And if you're not on YouTube, please go to my YouTube channel. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. It really, really helps me out. And I really appreciate it. And I love you for your time. Those for you stick with me. Gosh, you guys pretty much stuck with me the whole show. I love you. Thank you. Happy 100 to Michael. Oh, wow. Well, thank you, my love. Have that cocktail ready for me with clean water, honey. I will see you tomorrow.